All right, I must have misunderstood what you were asking. Here we go. Question 3. Calculator's asking you to do a 100 times 1 plus 0.06 divided by 1 to the 1 times 3 power. Be careful if you were to do this. I don't know that I'd do this all at one time. You do need to get the fraction, add by 1, which I can show you. Again, my calculator may be different than yours, but I will look at it all the same. So clear it out. So 0.06 divided by 1, adding 1 to that. Mine uses an answer function, which will refer to the previous piece. All of that is to the power of 3 times 1. So in my calculator, it gives me a bubble to fill in. 3 times 1. And then the very last thing you should be doing is multiplied by 100. If you're multiplying by 100 first, then you are multiplying before exponents, and in PEMDAS, exponents comes before multiplication. 100 being multiplied should be the very last step, not the first. The final answer is 119. If we go to a couple decimal places, it would be 10. That is for question number 3. All right, on to question 4. They want us to solve for z in the equation yz equals kx. The fact that z, if we wanted to get z by itself, the only thing that's hindering it is this y. And between these two pieces, we are multiplying. The inverse operation for that would be division of the y. If I do that on both sides, the y's would cancel, giving me z equals kx divided by y. Final answer. Question 5 is a calculator thing again. Again, I'm still using a TI-84 plus silver edition. All right, when doing this, the negative point, and I'm missing one of my zeros. There's 3 zeros. Negative 0.003 times 50, that whole thing is an exponent. So in my calculator, when I open up the E, it's going to have a bubble for me to fill this in. If yours is not like that, you may need to write it out more slowly and may need to add some additional parentheses. That may be what yours needs to look like. I'll walk it through a little slowly for myself though. All right, so my E button particularly is behind my negative symbol. So I can write, I want to do the E to that power first and then multiply by 200. You can do it all at one time, but I'm going to be a little bit more careful than that. So mine is in blue, indicating I need it on a second function. Notice it popped up the E. E is a constant, just like pi is. It's a naturally occurring constant. It's about 2.71. In fact, I could confirm that. Yeah, it's a 2.718 approximately. Okay, so when I use that button and I do a caret, which is going to give me an exponent, you may have a button on your calculator that looks more like this, which does exponents. I imagine at this point you have found the exponent button on your calculator. All right, mine has a bubble to open. If it didn't, I'd put some more parentheses, but I'll put parentheses just to be careful. And it's negative point, and they have 3 zeros in a row. 3 times, so multiplication times 50. And all that gives me is this part of the equation. I still need to multiply this by the 200. If you're multiplying E by 200 before doing the power, then again you're doing multiplication before exponent, and in PEMDAS the exponent needs to be handled first. So last step would be to multiply this by 200. Final answer on this problem is 197. If we go to a couple decimal places, 02. You could put this in all at one time, and I'll do this just in our last moment. 200 times, again second since my E is in blue, exponent, negative 0.1230 times 50. Notice it does give us the same solution.